Hey everyone, it's Abel Dreamscape from Morphe Incorporated. I am here to do a quick demonstration video on the sawmill that we just completed. When I say we, I mean me and my partner in crime, Skids Tweak from Skids Parts. He's a genius scripter, and I'm going to show you exactly why here. So here we have the sawmill sitting. This is my display on Morphe Northwinds. You can see it comes in kind of three different sections. You have a loading ramp on the left hand side with the logs on it, and then the main mill where you do the cutting, and then a landing pad down on the end here. Starting at the beginning of the sawmill, I'm going to point out that I have it so the loading ramp here comes as a separate res. So you can position this how or where you want it, whatever side you want, if you even want it. In the pack I've included a bunch of miscellaneous logs too, like loose logs that you can stack up around the pre-existing stack that's already here, just to make it look a little different, make it look like the ramp's a little more full. And here in the center you can see we have the full sawmill. It's all linked, all the rotating parts and all the pieces that move are linked up here. So you don't have to worry about losing a piece or a rotation if you decide you need to move the mill to a different rotation. Speaking of which, the sawmill works on any axis, no matter which way you rotate it. It doesn't have to be north, south, or east, west. If you look at my sim layout here, you can see I actually do have it at an angle set up on my little river here opposite my mill. And down here on the end you have the loading ramp, the log stack of the cut pieces, and we'll get back to this here in a minute. As the owner of the sawmill, you are, once you res it and put it in place, your water might be flowing in the opposite direction of the water wheel. So Skids went ahead and scripted it so as the owner, just to make that clear, you can just touch the water wheel and it'll reverse directions for you, just so you can keep it flowing in the right direction and make it look a little more natural, which is a nice little feature. As the owner of the sawmill also, I'm going to cover this real quick. At any time after you res your sawmill, you can, as the owner, click on this bin down here, and it's going to pull up a link in local chat for you to look at your stats for the sawmill, such as how many logs have been cut on it, the date the sawmill was created, the saw blade speed. We plan on having upgrades here in the future, and I think a couple other stats. I don't have it pulled up right now, which is a nice little feature. Going to the sawmill, we're going to have a bunch of moving parts inside here. Basically, we're going to sit on the sawmill and operate these three handles that are sitting here, which are going to load up logs, run them through the sawmill, and drop them off into the bin down at the end of the trough. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Let me jump over to my other avatar. Okay, I'm back. I have my handy blacksmith here sitting on the sawmill, and I do also want to mention that when you sit on it and you get in front of the handles, there is an adjust option, so you can adjust your avatar's height. You can save up to 4 positions, and if a new one is added and saved, it will erase the oldest position. And you can see there's some sawdust left over from the last log that was cut. You're going to get a lot of this sawdust as you cut. To clean the sawdust up, all you have to do is just repeatedly click the sawdust, and you will magically broom it away. Alright, we're going to start off with lever 1 here. We have 3 levers. Lever 1 is going to start your cogs and your blade, which we're going to just go ahead and pull right now. Okay, those are going to slowly start up. Lever 2 is going to move your carriage to pick up a log or to load a log. So you'll have to press it twice to load a log. 1 to move the carriage to the back of the dolly system, and then once it hooks on, to move the log into the trough. So right now I'm going to go ahead. It looks like the blades, everything's moving good. I'm going to hit lever 2 and watch the dolly move back. When the hooks go down, you know you have the log. So there we go. Now I'm going to come back over here and hit lever 2 again, and it's going to slowly move the log back into the trough. Once the hooks release, we are ready to go ahead and hit lever 3, which is going to start pushing the log through the mill. Back up just a little bit here so you can see everything moving. And as you can see, the sawdust is going to start flying, and we're going to start cutting one log into 3 pieces. Now, as this happens, you can see on the other end here, we have 3 pieces. And the sawdust is starting to come back, so I'm going to go ahead and click that away. I'm going to zoom out here. The set not only comes with the sawmill, but it'll come with the ramp, the stairs, an empty tool chest, a copy of the loading ramp, a copy of the end bin here, a couple tree stumps to scatter around if you wanted to, and just some more props. We have a hand cut rack here and an empty hand cut rack with some saw logs, and then a stack of logs down here for the uncut end. And then also in the inventory, I don't have rezzed that as miscellaneous loose pieces, loose logs and different kinds, pine, some oak, some old stuff, some new stuff. Just you can scatter around or stack up or maybe put in the river so it looks like they've been floated to the mill. I tried to make it as versatile as possible so you guys can set this up how you want to and have it unique to your design and your taste. As you can see here, once again, we have sawdust stacking up, so I'm going to go ahead and click this away. I do want to mention while the log is cutting that this is all scripted with one script, so you don't have to worry about all kinds of multiple scripts sucking up your memory on your sim. He really did a great job scripting this up. And our log is going to come through. It's going to be cut here pretty soon. In the meantime, I think I'm going to send the carriage down to the other end and get ready to load another log. So you're going to go ahead and pull that lever back and send the carriage moving. It's going to hook. All set. Now as the log comes out to the end, gravity is obviously going to make it want to fall into 3 pieces. So why would we skirt reality if we don't have to? So we just went ahead and made it fall into 3 pieces. So our little pushers inside the trough are going to go ahead and keep pushing this to the end. I'm going to skip back to Abel here real quick. Okay, I'm back. And as you see, the cut log is now approaching the end of the trough here, and it's going to go ahead and drop off, shoot down into the loading bin here. And these will be physical, temporary logs, so you don't have to worry about anybody stacking your bin up or logs laying around everywhere sucking up your prim counts. They'll eventually fade off and go away. Oh, I saw this. We gotta fix this here. Gotta keep it clean and tidy up here. Safe workplace. And there we go. The logs are going to shoot off down under there. Now if I wanted to, I can go ahead and bring that other log down. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off here. I'm going to turn my mill off, leave the log sitting there. He's not animated because I'm under Abel right now and not my avatar, so he's just kind of standing there like a dummy not knowing what to do. But anyway, this is just about sums it up. You have a good idea of how it works and what it'll do. If you have any questions, go ahead and give me shoot me an IM in world, Abel Dreamscape, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, everybody.